but Hot stops her since he doesn't want any more trouble. Kun thinks Bam is amazing because he didn't give the Black March to Anik, but he mentions how Rachel told him never to betray anyone. Bam calls himself useless and weak, but Kun believes this is what makes him special, because even though he's weak, he still kept his promise when his life was on the line. The next round begins, and several teams come out, since this is their best opportunity to get on the throne. They all try to get the crown, but Kun gets hold of it in the blink of an eye, and instead of wearing it, he decides to keep it in his bag, saying he will give it to anyone who can defeat him. Everyone starts attacking him, and even though he manages to block all their attacks using his bag, he throws the crown away. As everyone is fighting for it, Bam sits on the throne, and Kun takes out the real crown, revealing that the one he threw away was a fake. Kun opens his bag, and countless crowns fall out, which makes everyone realize that the bag can create copies. All the other teams decide to work together since they find his trick humiliating. They rush toward the throne, but Rak stops their attack and throws his spear towards them, blowing them all away. The team from the other testing area wonders if they should enter the next round, but they decide to wait. Rak mentions how Kun wanted to show off his bag, but he says he only wanted to show his strength in front of Anik. The fourth round begins, and there are 3 teams that enter, but Kun tells Rak not to fight them because they should conserve their strength for the final round. This confuses Bam and Rak because the teams are planning on working together against them, but one of the teams suddenly starts attacking the others. Bam is surprised how Kun knew this would happen, and he reveals that during the first test, he helped them by carrying them in his bag. He notes that meeting Rak and Bam was unexpected, because the 3 regulars inside his bag were enough to form a team. After the third test, he let them out of the bag and explained the situation, and tying up his hair with a bandana was the signal for them to help him. Rak is disappointed he didn't get a chance to fight, but Kun gives him a chocolate bar and assures him he can go crazy in the last round. Kun says he didn't want to use his allies this early, but they must win this game because he wants to climb the tower with them. Kun's allies defeat the other 2 teams and proceed to disqualify themselves, which marks the end of the 4th round. The last round begins, and Kun is worried about the team from the other testing area because he doesn't know how strong they are. As the round begins, a girl named Warun quickly defeats 2 teams, so Kun asks Rak to deal with her. She attacks him with her staff, and even though he blocks her attacks, she manages to get past him.